Hello everyone. Hi, my name is Wasim, and this.
Hi, I'm Pratina.
So today we are going to discuss about the argument that cigarette prices, increasing cigarette prices won't effectively reduce smoking because, according to the supply and demand theory, price will eventually revert to the original level. This argument suggests that the higher prices will reduce demand, which would then drive down prices back to equilibrium, meaning smokers would end up consuming the same amount of cigarettes.
Yes, that's the core of the argument. It's based on the idea that while higher prices might reduce demand for a temporary period of time, the market will eventually adjust and prices will return to their previous levels. This would imply that smoking rates wouldn't ultimately change much. I think smokers may continue to buy cigarettes despite price increases because of their addiction.
That's a good point. However, this document overlooks several key aspects of economic theory and empirical evidence. Let's start with the basic supply and demand. According to the theory, when the price of a good increases, the quantity demand eventually decreases. Assuming other factors remains constant, this is true even if the supply side doesn't change immediately.
True, but if the supply of cigarettes adjusts over time, it could potentially counterbalance the effect of higher prices, bringing prices back to their original level. This would mean that the reduction in consumption might only be temporary.
While it's true that the market might eventually adjust, the real world data shows that higher cigarette prices, especially through taxes, do lead to reduction in smoking. Studies have found that the price elasticity of demand for cigarettes is generally between zero point 0.3 to minus zero point 0.5. This means that a 10% increase in price can reduce cigarette consumption by about 3% to 5%, which is quite significant.
Uh, but what about long-term adjustments? Isn't it possible that over time smokers will adjust their behavior or that the equilibrium price will return to its previous level?
In the long run, while adjustments do occur, the initial impact of higher prices has a lasting effect. Many smokers who quit or reduce their consumption due to higher prices may not re, return to their previous smoking levels. Additionally, the supply of cigarettes is relatively elastic to the short term in a short term, meaning that in demand uh, mm, meaning that the change in demand does not immediately lead to change in supply that would push prices back down significantly.
I see your point. However, I believe that in the long run, smokers, especially those who are addicted, might prioritize buying cigarettes despite price increases. They might continue to purchase cigarettes even as prices adjust back to some degree.
Mhm. I understand where you're coming from. However, the evidence still supports that higher prices, particularly through taxes, are effective in reducing smoking both in short and long term. Higher prices reduce demand initially and lead to significant drop in smoking rates, even if market adjustments do occur later.
I do recognize the evidence suggesting that higher prices do have an impact. But from my perspective, while prices may lead to a temporary reduction in demand, the fundamental laws of supply and demand suggest that the price will eventually adjust, and addicted smokers might continue to purchase cigarettes. This makes it less clear whether price increases will be a strong or long-term deterrent.
I see where you're coming from, but I still believe that despite potential long-term market adjustments, the immediate and significant reduction in smoking due to higher prices demonstrates their effectiveness.
Fair enough. So to summarize,
So the argument that higher cigarette prices won't deteriorate smoking because prices will eventually revert to the original level doesn't hold up against economic theory and empirical evidence. Higher prices effectively reduce smoking by decreasing demand, and even if price adjustments do occur over time, the reduction in consumption has a lasting impact. Therefore, higher prices remain a powerful tool in contribute curbing smoking, curbing smoking.
Yeah, I still believe that while higher cigarettes prices may lead to a temporary decrease in demand, the laws of supply and demand suggest that prices will eventually adjust, potentially restoring equilibrium. And addicted smokers might continue their consumption despite price increases. Thus, from an economic standpoint, price increases might not be a strong long-term deterrent for smoking.
Hmm. So, thank you so much, everyone. This was
Thank
our
you.
discussion.